Hey, it's Adam, your internet chess coach. In today's video, we're going to learn exactly what is a pin in chess. The first question we should ask is, what is a pin? A pin in chess is a tactic in which a defending piece is unable to move without exposing another piece. There are two types of pins we're going to look at today: eternal and relative. In our first example, we'll take a look at an eternal pin. In the following position, the rook on d1 is attacking the bishop on d5. And what makes this a pin is that behind the bishop is a more valuable piece, a king. Specifically, what makes this an eternal pin, as opposed to a relative pin, is that whenever a piece is pinned to the king, it is unable and an illegal move if the bishop were to try and get off of the rook's line of fire towards the king. Here's another example of an eternal pin. In the following position, the rook on e1 is attacking the queen on e7, and behind the queen is the black king. In this position, the queen is not legally allowed to move off of the e-file. However, the queen is able in chess to move forwards, backwards, and diagonally, and it is a legal move to move the queen anywhere along the e-file. However, anywhere the black queen moves to, the white rook would take anyways. If it's white to move, white can win the queen immediately or make an improving move like knight to d5, forcing the black side to make a decision. Are you going to move the queen up or even capture the rook back? Now I'd like to draw your attention to what a relative pin is. In the following position, the bishop on c4 is attacking the knight, and behind the knight on the diagonal is the rook. In this case, we are pinning the knight to the rook. However, unlike in the last example where the king was directly behind the attacking piece, here the knight is allowed to move. If it's black's turn, black would be allowed to move the knight to any of the available squares. If it was black's turn, I think black would defend the knight with rook to d7, and then the knight would be pinned to the king back to an eternal pin. Alright, we're going to take a look at some examples of increasing levels of difficulty so you can try to use your newfound knowledge and find the best move for white to take advantage of the pin. Puzzle number 1. It's white to play. Pause the video, try to find the best move for white. Okay, welcome back. If you found bishop to b2, you're absolutely correct. In this position, you're attacking the rook, and behind the rook is the king, making this an eternal pin. Let's take a look at position number 2. It's black to play. Pause the video, try to find the best move. Okay, welcome back. In the following position, the bishop is pinning the knight to the king, making this an eternal pin, and the rook on d7 is pinning the knight to the rook on d1, which is a relative pin. If black were to capture the knight, let's say with the bishop, the rook would capture back, or the bishop, and after the rook trades, white traded pieces but wasn't able to capitalize on the pin. And something you want to do in chess when you are able to pin your opponent, in this case in multiple ways, is add pressure to the pin piece with the move rook to d8. After this move, no matter what white does, the knight cannot move and we will win a lot of material here. Let's say the king moves out of the way. We can capture, 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 and the rook doesn't have to capture, but if he does, black is going to be up a full rook. Let's take a look at one more position. The following puzzle is taken directly from the Chess Education Level 3 workbook. It's black to play. Try to find the best sequence and think about the pin in mind. Okay, in the following position, the best move is queen to h3 check. First, we're attacking the king, and the king is not able to move to f2, and he's forced to go to d2. The next move is queen to d3, checkmate. Why it's a checkmate is the pawn on e2 you would think would be able to capture the queen. However, the rook is pinning the pawn to the king, making this pawn capture an illegal move. The queen is attacking the king, and the pawn is protecting the queen, controlling some key squares, making this a checkmate. I hope you enjoyed today's video. Thank you for watching. Stay tuned for more.